make them pay.
The crowd on the edge of their seats at Subiaco, almost in amazement. Stanton called to play on quickly. Hill had the reach on Stengline, couldn't take the mark. Jones, Cox, Glass, Rosa with some poise, sends it long, misdirected though. Good fist, thumps it out, and will get a ball in. 50 from the West Coast Eagles goal.
Important contest there by Staker. He had to. He was 3 deep, but he just had to get it from a bit of skin on Mel Michael and force the ball out of bounds here.
Laycock doing the right work with Cox now. McVeigh tries to hack it out of the area. Waters to Rowan Jones. Thumps it back inside 50. Gumbleton gets there with Laycock. Thumps it down. Stanton to Wirapunda. Wirapunda dives in. Stole it to Lacroix. Turns it over. McVeigh. Laycock. Welsh.
Numbers out, miss out a wing if they can get it going.
Lovett can run. He's got Heffernan inside if he wants him. No one comes at him to Shepherd. Still got Heffernan. He's got Stanton. And now back to Kepler-Bradley. Spears the pass to Lucas. He's into Lucas' pocket.
He dropped it.
But it's stumped out of play. Lucas thought he had enough of it, or at least deserved a free.
See the angle. Just spilt out. He's been very good there, Lucas, with his hands.
Laycock against Cox. Keeps it in. Almost throw over his head. McVeigh. Lucas.
Man him up.
He plays on. Around onto the left, like shelling peas from there. And they're still coming, the Bombers.
Well, how was he allowed to get open space here? That's the big question. West Coast, not only have they stopped, but they just lost their structure a little bit. Not a little, a lot.
Well, they just kept pushing it forward. They kept persevering. And still no one believes that Essendon are going to win this game, Dwayne. When they were 44 points down, no one gave them a chance. And yet they have continued to believe in themselves. And they are an outside chance to win the match.
126 to 117. 44 points down they were at three-quarter time. Lucas has 7. 6 of them in this final term. Love it. Sets it wide. They're inspired at the moment. McPhee. Lucas again. Drops it.
Free kick.
Gets the free. He'll line up for number 8.
West Coast have stopped there. They're in a lot of trouble here. I mean, they're just running the ball through the middle of the ground as we see this free kick come in, but good kick in front of him. There's the kick there. He's hung on to him at the end. Well, this is just unbelievable.
It is hard to understand what has happened in this game, but they are inspired, the Bombers. Lucas has 8, and the Bombers could steal the most unlikely victory of the year.
Well, I don't think that's an exaggeration, Dwayne. I think that's one of the more accurate assessments. It was impossible for them to win this game. It was a question of how much the West Coast Eagles was it going to be below or above 10 goals. And that was half an hour or less ago. And yet right now, it's a question of whether they can win this match and force Port Adelaide to have to do something tonight.
Well, who says fairy tales don't come true? We're seeing one unfold in front of our eyes. 126 to 123. The Bombers are 3 points from the lead.
And the Eagles have put extras in defence.
From the ball up.
Just 3 men in their forward line now, the Eagles.
It's all about the clearance. Hurd might get it. Just shuffles it towards half forward and Monfries to Peveril. Caught. Handball finds Wirapunda. They had the loose men waiting for that kind of handball. Rowan Jones. Chip kick from Hunter.
Into defence now, the Bombers.
Morton. Open forward line, of course, with all their numbers in defence. Mount Michael. That's his trademark. A defender's punch that finds the boundary line will get a ball in. Another project player that Kevin Sheedy has brought to Essendon over his 27 years at the helm. Mal Michael out of retirement. Laycock. That surely won't be deliberate. Will get a ball in. There's the tie-up between the ruckman. Laycock and Cox tie up again. McVeigh shoots the handle to Lovett. Takes them on. Stanton. Lovett. Wobbles it towards half forward. Tough ball. It beats Hearn. Monfries gets back onto it. Lucas almost the free. Monfries, it is a free. Against Lucas. West Coast Eagles ball. They'll be allowed to play onto advantage, although Rowan Jones doesn't want to. 24 minutes gone. Final term here at Subiaco. If you've just joined us, the West Coast Eagles led by 44 points at three-quarter time. Waters back to Glass.
Hard running from Cousins.
Yep. Glass sends it wide. Hearn, Haverhill. Strong hands. Every possession now almost double in importance. Short and okay to Waters.
Not good enough for Monfries. He had to be on that man.
And now Hunter gets away from Lloyd. Composed. He's got Rowan Jones or Braun. Rowan Jones' direction.
Rowan Jones.
So Rowan Jones has it on the wing. 4 minutes and 18 remaining. Second spot on the ladder in jeopardy for the West Coast. And he sends it wide. Chad Jones takes the mark on the boundary. Quentin Lynch on the move. Now Michael's with him. No arm slap free. Hurd keeps it alive to Michael. Turned over. Nikoski stole it. Kicked it across the face.
Get the full.
And no score. Still a three-point ball game. And Fletcher can play on quickly. Welsh. He's got players calling for him everywhere. Nagel, the first gamer. He can't grab it. Peveril to his own advantage, but then out of play. And will get a ball in inside 4 minutes to full time. From the ball in. Hill. McVeigh. Heffernan.
Well done.
Shoots the handle to McVeigh. He's got Lucas. One-on-one inside 50. Lucas is on the move. Grabs it. He's on the left. He got half a trip. And no free kick. He kicks it behind. Well, he should have made more of the stumble. It's a two-point ball game.
I don't think I've seen a quarter better by an individual player.
Rosa gets on the end of it.
This is
7-goal quarter for Scott Lucas. He's kicked 8 for the game. Spent the first term in defence.
Got a man up here, the Bombers. They're just about out of tickets, petrol tickets, but they've just got to force themselves into this contest.
Braun heads wide. And a good fly and a mark. On the outer side by Jones. Hearn.
Good hands, he can kick at 60.
Inside 3 minutes to full time. He goes back. And Braun can eat some seconds on the clock. The Bombers need to man up in a hurry.
Waters had to do it 5 minutes or 2 minutes ago.
Nikoski.
There's a loose man in defence.
Braun.
It's Matthew Lloyd. He's got to push up the ground.
He could have sat on the wing and waited, Braun, or played on. He plays on long. Lynch flies, so too Hunter. No mark. Jones. Fletcher. Hunter gets it back. Kick half smothered. Rolls through and might be gone on the line by Staker. He has.
Oh, just a big goal they needed at West Coast because they are spent. They're just limping over the line here. And lots of fortune, but you've got to be at the right place at the right time. And Staker just tracked the ball, followed it. Fortuitous with a bounce. But they shouldn't have been in this position in the first place, Jared.
No, but that's can happen in footy, as we all know. They're starting to think finals. This game ain't finished.
It's not over yet.
Important clearance, this one.
132 to 124.
Hunter spare man.
2 minutes remaining from the ball up. Perfect clearance. Hurd dragged down though. Couldn't get the kick away. Heffernan. Lovett Murray.
There's Hunter. They've gone the double team here.
And Lucas has 2 to beat. He was almost held off it. Hunter takes the saving mark. And he can eke the seconds away to Rosa. 90 seconds and counting. They need 2 goals, the Bombers, to steal it. Waters.
Good ball in the middle there.
And Braun should hold this up and take another 10 or so off the clock. It's been a gallant fight back by the Bombers. And the final game for James Hurd and Kevin Sheedy. 44 points down at 3/4 time, and Jones holds it up in the pocket. Second spot on the ladder. Still an option for the West Coast Eagles, depending on tonight's result. Waters back to Jones, and they just have not manned up quickly enough. We're not far away from the jacket waving beginning here at Subiaco. Hearn shoots it back to Braun. Pokes it to the wing. Mark taken by Rowan Jones. Seconds ticking away in the career of James Hurd and Kevin Sheedy. And it's come down to that for 2 of the greats of AFL and VFL football. Kevin Sheedy, 886 games as a player and coach. James Hurd, 253 games as a player. It's been a long goodbye for James Hurd and Kevin Sheedy, but the final curtain has come down here at Subiaco. And the famous jacket wave, Kevin Sheedy has given this great game of AFL football so many things. Introduced more Indigenous players to the game than any other coach. Helped start the Anzac Day tradition of games between Essendon and Collingwood. And the jacket wave at the Melbourne Cricket Ground in 1993 against the West Coast Eagles is the way that it will finish here at Subiaco Oval today, for the man who not only coached 635 games for the Bombers over 27 seasons, but had 4 premierships with the Bombers to add to his 3 premierships as a player with the Tigers. And when I spoke to Kevin Sheedy during the week and asked him what he'd like me to say when he walks off an AFL Oval for the last time, he said, remind them, tell them, he had a lot of fun, this boy. And Daniel Chick, in his 250th game, is downstairs after celebrating with a victory, is with Drew Banfield.
Chicky, a tough game, mate. Obviously at half-time looked like you had them covered, but they really rallied.
Yeah, it was a bit of a shootout in the first quarter, which a bit disappointing. I mean, we're kicking some goals, but you know, they had 9 or 10 goals at half-time. We tried to restrict that, but to their credit, they kept going, and Scotty Lucas almost won the game for them.
Mate, the throat sounds all right. You've had a couple of unusual injuries. How's the body going?
This is the best the throat will get. You know, the voice box is been a little bit paralysed the rest of my life, but at least I can talk a little bit.
And look, slight chance to keep second spot. Are you going to watch the game tonight?
No, I've still got to recover a bit, mate. I'll just sit at home and get some rest.
Mate, good luck for the finals.
Thanks, Banners.
The final score here, 21 goals, 6, 132 to 19-10, 124.